The unrepentant thief who happened to be my father. People say every child is proud to bear their father's name. I carried mine like a heavy chain around my neck. My name is Adaeze, and my father was the most feared thief in our village. While other children ran happily into their father's arm, I hid whenever I heard his footsteps. Mother warned their children, "If you don't behave, you will end up like Okonkwo." That Okonkwo was my father. He never stole because he was hungry. He stole because he loved the thrill. Goats, motorcycles, money, jewelry. Nothing was safe when darkness fell. He would return home, laughing, his sack filled with stolen treasures, while my mother cried silently in the kitchen. "You cannot keep feeding this family with cursed money," Mother would plead. Father only smiled. "Gold does not ask where it comes from before it shines." Those words became the curse that haunted our family. One afternoon, while returning from the stream, I met Chinedu, the handsome new school teacher. He helped me lift the heavy bucket onto my head and smiled kindly. "You have beautiful eyes," he said softly. I lowered my face in embarrassment, but sadness lived inside them. For the first time in years, someone had seen beyond my family's name. Days became weeks, and our friendship slowly blossomed into love. Chinedu respected me, encouraged me, and reminded me that I was not responsible for my father's sins. For the first time, I dared to dream of a better future. When father discovered our relationship, he laughed. "A teacher, that poor boy cannot even buy you a gold necklace." "I don't want stolen gold," I replied boldly. The smile disappeared from his face. "You are my daughter. Never forget that." His warning echoed through the house. One market day, the entire village gathered in celebration. Unknown to everyone, Father had already planned his biggest robbery. A wealthy trader from the city had arrived with bags of cash after selling bags of cocoa. That night, Father and his gang attacked the trader's compound. But things went terribly wrong. The trader's guard fought back with guns and machetes. Villagers woke to screams. Fire spread across nearby houses. Chaos swallowed the peaceful night. Father escaped with the money. The trader's young son did not survive the attack. The village fell into mourning. Everyone knew who was responsible, but my father vanished before sunrise. Days later, Chinedu came with heartbreaking news. "The police have placed a bounty on your father." My mother collapsed in tears. I felt ashamed beyond words. Instead of hiding, my father secretly returned home. One rainy night, his clothes were stained with mud, but he carried another bag filled with stolen money. "Pack your things," he ordered. "We are leaving this village." Mother stood before him. "I buried my dignity because of you. I will not bury my soul," my mother said. Father pushed her aside. Without thinking, I stepped between them. "You have destroyed enough lives, Father." His eyes burned with anger. "You dare challenge me, child?" Before he could strike me, Chinedu and several villagers burst into our house. Someone had followed Father from the forest. Father grabbed a machete. The room exploded into violence. Tables crashed, windows shattered. Men wrestled him to the ground, but he fought like a wounded lion. Even with several people holding him, he refused to surrender. He escaped through the back door into the forest. The entire village chased after him under pouring rain. Lightning flashed across the dark sky. The chase ended at an old wooden bridge crossing a flooded river. "Stop!" Chinedu shouted. Father looked back and laughed. "You will never catch me alive." He ran onto the bridge. Suddenly the rotten wood cracked beneath his feet. The bridge collapsed. Father plunged into the raging river below. The villagers searched for 3 days before finding him, clinging to a fallen tree several kilometers downstream. Weak but alive, he was arrested. During the trial, the judge gave him one last opportunity. "Confess your crime and show remorse." But my father lifted his head proudly. "I regret nothing." The courtroom fell silent. Even after losing his freedom, his family, and his reputation, his heart remained unchanged. He was sentenced to spend the rest of his life behind bars. Months later, my mother finally smiled again. The stolen house was sold to compensate some of the victims. Chinedu and I were married in a simple village ceremony beneath the shade of ancient Iroko tree. There were no expensive decorations, only honest laughter, dancing and blessings from people who had once feared our family. As I held my husband's hand, I realized something powerful. A child cannot choose the family they are born into, but they can choose the life they would live. My father remained an unrepentant thief until his final days. I chose honesty, love, and peace. And that choice became the greatest inheritance I ever received. If you have watched to this point, I know you must be very, very emotional right now. But to do well, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting, thrilling, romantic, and so funny, loving stories. Thank you.